Violence erupting in the streets following the recent ouster and arrest of its former president Pedro Castillo. Protesters demanding his freedom and new elections. Flights, buses and railways coming to a halt, with demonstrations blocking access to transportation.
I was really excited about Machu Picchu.
What I do remember is Machu Picchu because that was fucking incredible.
There we go. Looking good.
Machu Picchu was always on my bucket list, and I actually there's things on your bucket list that you think that you're probably not going to be able to do, and surfing was one of them, and then this was also one of them.
Like Machu Picchu, of course, is the #1 thing to do, right?
Machu Picchu is huge, breathtaking, amazing, incredible.
Got any more adjectives?
Nope.
Just arrived Cusco, Peru, in our Airbnb on the 4th floor. We got exhausted walking up the stairs, and we had roasted guinea pig for lunch. Quite a unique cuisine for the area. And we're about to go on a walk through the historic district. We're excited. We're prepping ourselves for a walk, and we're off.
Cusco was crazy. Completely different city than Lima, where we had just spent a week. Yeah, I don't know. Just in the mountains.
Yeah, we're at 12,000 feet, so
yeah,
just ripe for altitude sickness. And this beautiful city, though, rich in architecture.
Yeah.
You can just feel the historic culture. And
old and beautiful and like surrounded in the mountains.
Yeah,
there.
It's a very serene place.
The guinea pig was a little disappointing. I expected a little more meat off of it. It was a little dry, but I guess when you're eating a rat, your expectations should probably be low. But it was good enough.
Honestly, my favorite part of Cusco was just being able to walk around and people watch and see the different things, because every time we walked around, I saw something different. I just love walking and exploring cities. So I really liked Cusco.
So to get to Machu Picchu, you got to do a bit of a process where you fly into Lima and then you fly into Cusco. And you can either do the overnight Inca Trail. What I really wanted to do was the Inca Trail. We talked about doing that, but with everybody meeting up and other people actually having jobs.
We didn't want to spend 4 days out of people's week doing a hiking trail.
Yeah.
And just with coordinating with 7 people, it was like, okay, let's just do the day trip to go visit Machu Picchu.
And the day before we're getting ready to leave, all of the auto workers in Peru are on strike. So they shut down the train that they're running from Cusco to Aguas Calientes.
Yeah, the morning we were supposed to take it.
Yeah.
Oh, the train tickets? Those getting canceled? That was no big deal. Jake took care of that pretty quick. So we had to kind of rush around on Saturday and get some tickets exchanged. So now we had to take a bus at 4 o'clock in the morning to avoid a blockade on the road. So we managed to get a shuttle to Ollantaytambo, which is a city that we had to go to in order to get a rail to Machu Picchu. The only way to get to Machu Picchu is on a rail.
rail car. So we got a shuttle here, and we got 3 hours before our train, and we're walking through Ollantaytambo, and it's pretty amazing.
That was a sweet train ride. Even though
Oh yeah, the train
it was
ride.
pretty difficult to get there, mostly for Jake and Dirk and everyone else planning the logistics.
Huge shout out to Jake and Dirk.
Yeah, Aguas, Calientes was, I don't know how to describe it. It was just like hidden in the mountains.
That was the town right below Machu
Mhm.
Picchu.
Yeah.
Yeah, we stayed there for 3 days.
So there is a traditional drink in Peru. It's called a Pisco sour. They have them in, I believe, Chile too. From what Jake and Morgan told me, they got a little bit of a feud about whose is better. What I do know is it's a really good drink, and I had probably at least one of them every day while I was there. The best one I had was at Machu Pisco. It's in Aguas Calientes. They let you make your own, which was cool. They had a little thing like you get behind the bar and you shake up your own drink, you mix it and shake it and stuff.
Cheers, Roger. And? Oh, fantastic.
We're in the jungle.
We did some waterfall hikes. So instead of just going and doing Machu Picchu.
Yeah, and that was actually a highlight of, obviously Machu Picchu is top tier.
Yeah.
But it was fun just hiking the rainforest and walking the train tracks back into the rainforest and doing these lesser known hikes that nobody else is on.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
we were going back there and enjoying just these beautiful mountains and everything without anybody there. That was awesome.
We're going to find a beautiful waterfall. I think it's called the
Mandor.
Mandor. That's
And we had like 10 dogs following us. Like we started out with one down the railroad track, and then another one would join, and then another one would join. And by the end of it, we had a group of 10 dogs, and like they would run ahead of us a little bit, and then they'd stop and look back and then make sure we're coming, and then they'd keep going. They led us right to the waterfall.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh, so full. We made some friends.
Want to plunge in the jungle?
Yeah, it feels amazing. Look at that view. Yes. Yes!
Carry-on should take me back to Muhlenberg County. Down by the river where we can sleigh. Sorry, my son, but you're too late.
Yeah, Machu Picchu is by far like one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life.
I was amped up, ready to go the day after my birthday. Been dreaming about Machu Picchu for years, and it did not disappoint. I don't even know how else you can describe this place.
Bus ride's insane. There's no guardrails or anything. So if you have any fear of heights or anything like that, whew.
Don't take a window seat, basically.
We've made it to Machu Picchu, our first ascent of Machu Picchu Mountain.
Damn right.
Good bus ride up, beautiful weather.
It's 10,000 feet, and we probably have an hour to go. It is 8 o'clock in the morning. Beautiful, clear skies all day.
And we got all 7 of us.
Almost there.
It's amazing. I don't know how to say it. It was an incredible hike. It was the best alternative to doing the Inca Trail, guaranteed.
Lungs are yelling at me.
Getting up to the summit of that mountain was a struggle. I remember Morgan stuck back with me a lot. Everybody else kind of pulled ahead of us, and every time I'd get to like the top of a little flight of stairs, I'd have to like stop and keep my breath back for like, I don't know, a couple minutes, and then I walk up the next flight of stairs. But I made it to the top in less than the expected time, so I call that's a success for me.
Just like reaching the top and then seeing the final view down onto the Machu Picchu ruins was like, is this real right now?
Yeah, oh my God.
But you put it all behind you as soon as you saw the view. The view was the best view I've ever seen in my entire life. And it kind of brought a little tears to my eyes because I couldn't believe I was up there, and it was cool.
I can't even describe this view because we had a beautiful day, clear as blue skies. They said that this is like 20% of the time year round and it's this clear, and we happened to have it.
And then, man, it was hard to leave the top of that mountain when we got to the top of it. We stayed up there for maybe a couple hours because it was gorgeous. And just the feeling I got from being able to reach the top of that mountain is, God, I'd love to do it again.
There are 3 Machu places: Machu Picchu Mountain, Machu Picchu Inca Site, Machu Picchu Pueblo.
We had the forefront idea of buying 2 tickets for Machu Picchu. So we bought an entrance ticket for the mountain, so that way we could spend as much time as we wanted up there. And then at 1 p.m. we re-entered the park and we walked through the ruins with a guide. And I can't recommend a guide enough for walking through the ruins.
I don't know if we'll ever find something that'll top this.
It's tough, but I agree.
One of the best things we did was get a tour guide. He was able to tell us everything and show us. Morgan got to see her llama, and it was really interesting to learn the history behind it.
Aww. No, thank you, Dirk. Why don't you come down here and kiss it?
It was built sometime in the 1400s. Everything that's there is like 90% not restored, basically. Like they haven't had to do a lot to it at all other than like clear a bunch of brush and grass and stuff out of the way. Like it's still very much intact, and it's incredible. Like they have a lot of theories about what it might have been and stuff, but some theories say like it might have been like a college and stuff. Like
our guide was amazing. That was the best.
He was.
We could have just walked around without a guide, but
We wouldn't have learned anything.
Yeah, we got some tips from some people that a guide is definitely the way to go. So Jake and Dirk, as always, working their magic.
Cheers to finishing Machu Picchu today.
Everyone say sexy llama.
Everything about Machu Picchu lives up to its standard. 10 out of 10. For sure?
Yes.
10 out of 10?
10 out of 10. 11 out of 10.